Vegas, baby! Woo!
Pumping iron all morning.
In 3, 2.
Welcome to the Carl Long Show, with your host Carl Long and his compadre Paul Swan. On today's show, Bristol Baby, Air, Bubba, We Play, Would You Rather, and our special guest, Clint Bowyer. And now, a man that needs no introduction, Carl Long.
What is going on, everybody? Second episode of the show, joined here again by the homie Paul Swan. Paul, how was your weekend, man?
We're back, baby! Round 2. Weekend was great. You know, excited. We're going on to the round of 12, man. That's what matters. We had a great first 3 races, so we're looking to top that off and make it to the round of 8 after this round.
Time for the time machine. Let's take a trip back for an immediate reaction. Here's Kyle on Bristol.
I love my man Kyle Busch. Love his energy. He reminds me a lot of my buddy Jay Cutler. Extremely talented, extremely opinionated, and a polarizing figure. So he had a lot to say after the race regarding Joey Logano, slowing him down there while he was vying for the top spot with Kevin Harvick. I asked some of my buddies, they said Kevin Harvick gets to dictate where traffic is. But I'm like, Kyle Busch always dictates traffic because that's KB. What do you think, Paul? That's my immediate reaction. I got questions. Maybe you got answers.
This isn't the first time old KFB has gone off about drivers towards the back. And, you know, whether you like it or not, that's part of the sport. And at these short tracks, you catch up to the lap traffic a lot faster. They get in the way a lot more. But that's part of these races, man. Like, you drive up through there, you know, you got to be able to bob and weave through them. And sometimes, you know, it's going to go your way and help you. And sometimes it's going to maybe prevent you from passing a car that you need to pass. So, you know, I think a lot of fans are pumped that Kyle had such a great race and showed the speed that everybody's accustomed to seeing, and especially you, I bet.
You know, a lot of pre-race stuff that he's been involved in, unfortunately. And I can only imagine, because once I put my ankle tape and my wrist tape on, I'm like, I'm ready to go. I would imagine he gets all ready to go. They do a pre-race inspection, and somebody from his team, who would it be that hits him up and is like, hey, we failed pre-race inspection?
Nobody wants to be that guy, but it's normally the crew chief or the car chief. And it's
okay. See, I'm a beginner. I'm learning all this, and I'm like, I would be pissed. I would be so pissed if I found out that my car did not meet specs for the race. And then you go out and you lay it on the line. You make it all the way up there, and that's tough. That's got to be tough to deal with. But he goes home next week. He'll be vying for a shot at the checkered flag in Vegas.
All hail his airness. Bubba joins Denny and Jordan. Go.
Michael Jordan, the GOAT, making his presence known and felt within the NASCAR community. But here's one thing, Paul, that I didn't realize. He grew up watching Cale Yarborough, Dale Earnhardt Sr. These are some of his favorite guys. That he's been a NASCAR fan forever. Loves being around the track. He talked about it. I watched an interview he did with Dale Jr. Trackside that was really great, and I wish we could like pull it up or something. But
I'm down here with the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan. Michael, what brings you to the race today?
I'm a big race fan. I started off when I was a kid. I grew up watching your dad. I grew up watching Richard Petty. Cale Yarborough was the original 11, you know, that I remember, and now I'm good friends with Denny Hamlin, and you know we go way back. He's a season ticket holder at the Hornets, and I spent a lot of time playing golf with him. And you know, obviously, I'm a big NASCAR fan, so I came out to support him. You know, obviously, you know, my interest in the sport has been there for a long period of time, and you know, I love watching. I set my clock every Sunday to watch NASCAR, and I pay attention, and actually, I enjoy spending time here.
Yeah, Michael Jordan in it to win it with Denny Hamlin. They've signed Bubba Wallace as their driver for next year. I think the only question is, what number are they going to drive under there, Paul?
Well, I mean, it's got to be 23, right? I mean, that's the only one it can be, I feel like. But
he's worn a few numbers.
Yes, that's true. 45 wasn't too good for him though in the finals, so I don't know if he's going to want 45 on that car. We'll see, man, it's just it's awesome though. Like when I saw that drop last night, I was pumped up. I looked over to my wife, Mary. I'm like, MJ is in the sport. Like, this is so cool. It's like
my mom texted me about it this morning.
Yeah,
she was like, Michael Jordan in NASCAR. This is awesome. MJ, dude, his airness, like rare air. He's in NASCAR now. Him and Denny Hamlin have a team, and they're going to come kick some people's ass with Bubba Wallace at the wheel. And here's the thing that I like about Bubba. He's a dude. He's a regular dude. I've seen him play Apex Legends on Twitch. He plays video games with his buddies on the weekend. He goes to hang out. He is what NASCAR needs. And you know what? People enjoy it when Bubba is himself. He doesn't give a shit about people's opinions.
I'm really excited to see what happens with them. Definitely don't want them beating us, but I think they're definitely gonna cause some waves and really make some heads turn.
I mean, we're talking about Michael Jordan. When you go to the Windy City, he's one of the most revered people. You look at all kind of legends that went through Chicago. Michael Jordan stands head and shoulders above everybody. There's not a place he goes where he pays for a meal, as if that's even a concern of his. But free meals, free hugs, or daps, elbows during Corona. And I think the cool thing is young athletes who are potentially in the NBA or MLB, they look at that and say, why is MJ getting involved with NASCAR? And then they tune into NASCAR and they say, oh my God, why have I not watched this? This is the coolest looking thing I've ever seen. Like my older brother, Chris, for example, he wasn't a huge NASCAR guy just because he hadn't been exposed to it. And when he started watching it, when I got into it, he said, this is awesome, Kyle. And I'm glad you're involved in it.
Well, that's like me I'll bring my friends to the track who have never been to the track, and I'll do the whole hot pass and get them on the sidelines. I like to call it down in the pits, and they're done with it, and they're like, dude, that was the greatest thing ever. Like, I want to come back next year. Like, all the drivers, the crews, the people, everybody is welcoming, and it's a great, great sport.
MJ, Bubba, you guys strike while the iron's hot, and I hope nothing but the best for you guys because it's going to be badass to watch. And I can't wait for the Jordan merch, the Bubba Jordan Supreme, whatever the hell they got going on. I'm ready for the drop, son.
I need some Jordan pit shoes. I'm waiting to see if old Jordan drops some Jordan pit shoes for the boys to wear.
I need the gloves for iRacing, bro.
Danny's gloves, those are the sickest gloves ever. Those Jordan gloves are
I like those gloves, and I like the Dale Jr., the skeleton gloves.
Yeah, those are pretty sick, too.
I'm hip, dude. I'm hip as shit. Just ask me.
You got it, man.
It's now time for penalties of the week. The NFL saw a lot of injuries this week. What gives?
Yeah, it's a shame. And Paul, I'll just speak on this for a minute because this is something that I've experienced as being injured.
Take it away, brother.
And now it's like these guys have a shortened off season. They have little to no opportunity in training camp to go full bore. These guys are rarely hammered down until the first snap of the first game. Now I think about early in the season with these guys who didn't have the opportunity to ramp it up. And then they go play 70 plays, then they go play again the next week. There weren't a ton of injuries week one, which didn't surprise me because guys are gearing up since February for week one.
Yeah.
Now, week two is all about how you recovered. And if your body hasn't gone 100%, there's no way that you know how to recover in 6, 7 days to ramp it up and do it again. And that's just week two of 25 weeks in an NFL season. It's crazy to think about, Paul.
It is, man. And that's great insight. This is the most injuries I've seen. And
I think it's 7 ACLs. This past week, I think it was 7 torn ACLs in the NFL, which, as you know, is it's a season-ending injury and potentially a career-changing injury.
Absolutely.
And some elite players went down with that. Every time you get into one of those piles and you get out, you say, thank God I made it out of that one. I got real lucky.
And now it's time to play Swan Names Things.
Tickets, please.
Teddy, Barry, Poncho, just a trifecta of absolute energy. Jimmy, Terry, Pedro, Randy. We got Phyllis, Ethel, we got Glenda, and we got Shayla. Just an absolute great day. Hell of a day to get after. Great day to be alive.
Hold on to your saddles and tighten your bootstraps. It's time to ride with Clint Bowyer.
All right, we're joined now by Clint Bowyer, dear friend, huge fan of the show. He says he watches all the episodes, takes notes every time. Clint, how are you, bro?
I'm good. I'm out here clearing up shooting lanes and getting ready for hunting season, baby. like you're in a DJ booth or something. Where are you at?
I'm in the studio, baby. I'm ready to go. Come on.
You got two outdoorsmen here, camo and having fun. It's fall outside, and you're slinging records on a disc booth or something.
He's been pumping iron all morning and afternoon in preparation.
Oh man, you been at the pump station this morning, have you?
Oh yeah, come on now, bright and early.
Yeah. I took the day off. I went yesterday, and she kicked my ass. And my biggest problem with all of the gym, Kyle, is the weights are too damn heavy. I mean, it's just as simple as that.
Let's do some body weight exercises, Coach. Like,
Body squat. Can we just get some body squats in? Maybe some.
Kyle, you ever ran one of these right here? I'm on the skids. This thing is the baddest unit known to mankind.
I got to get my accreditation for that so I can drive it.
Dude, it's awesome. You just go up to anything you want, and it shreds it to pieces.
So I know you got a ton of acreage, and you're from Kansas originally, correct?
Yeah.
So I know you're a Chiefs fan. How does that feel growing up in a state where you don't have a pro football team?
You know how many years I went to the Kansas City Chiefs Arrowhead Stadium and got our ass kicked and went home? I mean, about midway through the game, you realized that it wasn't much of a game and you were there solely for the responsibility to drink. Man, it was a hell of a tall order to get to work Monday morning after, taking in a good Chiefs game. It was hell, as a matter of fact.
So, Clint, you've been a lifer then. You're not one of these new bandwagon fans of the Chiefs.
No, man, we used to go. I mean, honestly, there's perks to every job, and that's probably been one of the coolest things about, being a race car driver and getting to know people and knowing that people know you. I mean, guys that I grew up with. I mean, just over at the lake a month ago, look over and Neil Smith's like, Clint, man, what's up? And I was like, holy, do you know who I am? I mean, it was so cool to, to see one of your childhood heroes, at the lake and having fun and knew who you were. I mean, it was pretty cool. Let me tell you a story. Earlier today, I flipped this thing. It's the damnedest thing I ever done in my life.
That's dangerous, bro.
Dude, it scared the hell out of me. I had the front end up, and I was clearing a tree out like that, and just so it's overhang so you can mow and won't be a mess. But man, I went to back up and I hit a stump that I didn't know it was there, and it just flipped the end over. Like the windshield right there was literally right there. I was 6 inches from the ground.
Oh my God,
my
dude.
face is stuck up against the windshield. I'm like, well, this is interesting. Phone in between my legs. It was down the floorboards. I couldn't reach it. I'm like, damn, I'm in trouble. I finally got it out of park because as soon as it went up, it went in park mode. I got it out of park mode and got it flipped back over. But yeah, man, it was a hell of an adventure here. I had to tell somebody. Might as well tell you guys.
You're gonna have to make a very controversial call from that. Hey guys, I'm not gonna be able to make the round of 12. I'm flipped in my yard in the.
I'm hanging upside down from the belts in this skid steer in the wood. So, man, you look like an outdoorsman. I didn't know you lived in Virginia.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I've been staying in New Jersey for work with CBS, and I got a chance to sneak down here for a few days, and I can't see anybody. So what I did was I just went out and I was getting my my traditional bow all dialed in, and I was taking it out on some trees from distance. I got the training tips on, getting ready to put my broadheads on, and I wanted to make sure I have my thing strung up proper before I went after anybody.
I'm more of the Legolas type hunter. I get up on a horse or like an elephant or something, and I'm moving, going fast. And
I could see you cast in 300 as like the equestrian race that just runs in and kills everybody on bows.
Absolutely.
It doesn't even look like you get outside, Paul.
Oh, come on now. I think it was a few years ago. I took your Terex out. Ran it into a ditch. But,
that was a good idea.
Out there in the wilderness, enjoying myself, having a good time.
Needless to say, Kyle, the trade-in value was a little less after Paul got done with it.
Paul has that impact on things, bro. He's just destroying stuff.
You do look like you got shooting glasses on, though. So I think
right, baby. I'm ready
Right.
to go.
Maybe we can do some skeet shooting or something. That's
With my shooting glasses, my bowling glasses.
hell
Hey, so
yeah.
let's talk classic cars for a minute here.
Yeah.
Because I just got one. I just got one dropped off at my house. I got a '74 off-body restoration Bronco. It's candy. Yeah. It's candy like cappuccino, damn near.
Man, I love them Broncos. I got a new one ordered. Should be here first of the year. But I've always liked them old square bodies. They're so sweet.
Did you have to go through like a CIA background check to get on the waiting list for that?
I called Edsel. His last name's Ford. I figured if that phone call wouldn't work, none of them
Love
will.
that.
That is great. That's a nice perk. Definitely a nice perk.
Yeah, it doesn't suck. Where are we going this week? Vegas, man.
Vegas,
Oh,
round of 12.
are you already in Vegas? That's what's going on, isn't it?
Maybe I'm already out here.
You're already in Vegas.
I'm getting it ready, baby.
You know, these rounds like this, Kyle, obviously different than your sport. I mean, you guys are do or die every weekend when you get to the playoffs. You know, we got 3 races to get it done. With these stages and everything else, and stage points matter, especially, you know, guys like myself. Austin and Paul here in a 3-car. My teammate, the 10. There's several of us that don't have, you know, those stage points and those playoff points to pad, you know, like Kevin Harvick does. I mean, he's going to be 50, 60 points ahead of us. You got to be there in the moment every single lap. Because if you get that first stage, fine and dandy. If you slip up, if Paul has a bad pit stop, you know, anything on anybody's side of it goes and puts you behind against this competition, you're not going to catch up. Now you're behind that second stage. Now you're probably going to be behind, the third stage and for the ending and the finish. Now you don't have those points. Oh, by the way, that's how you line up. That's how you pit for the next racetrack too. So this thing can definitely snowball out of hand really, really fast. That's why you can't let your guard down. Be in that moment every single lap because it's important.
All right, Clint. First question. Would you rather be 6'6", 6'8", I'm going to say, and bald, or would you rather be 6 feet with a full head of hair?
Oh, God. That bald looks way tougher.
Go figure.
Hey,
baby, no,
Kyle, you can't take it. You can't trust a man that plucks his beard hairs. Paul once told me, I said, how'd you get that beard so perfect? He said, I pluck it.
You pluck them?
I plucked the line, man. You got to get this line right. You feel me?
My give a damn is so low anymore that it's like that's the only reason I have a beard.
You go to one of the best barber shops in the state.
That's because it's the only one that'll answer the phone and you say, hey, I need a haircut in an hour. Can I be there? Hell yeah.
Care about that mane, Clint. Don't let him fool you, Kyle. He loves his hair and
it looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Hey, that's some good flow right there.
That's a great flow. I'm jealous of the gentleman that I'm speaking with, both of you, regarding their
It looked like you got a little aggressive with the plucking on the top there, Kyle.
I said it's from the helmet. You know, they never gave us the little fire sleeve under the helmet. So I put the helmet on and just ripped all my hair out. That's what happened.
Don't you just sweat your ass off, though, with no hair like that?
Yeah, but it's kind of nice. It's better than having, hair. I mean, shoot, I guess the hair would get me.
Who the hell wants hair?
And God said he wanted me to shine, Clint. So I got to shine, brother.
Why don't you bring your big ass to a race sometime and you and me, let's have some beers. That's what I want.
I would love to do that, Clint. And I know if we can get the permission slip signed by, old Paul's boss, number 3, Austin Dillon, who wants to make sure his tires are slung around the proper way. We can maybe have a couple adult beverages with him as well.
I'm ready. Paul's always a good time, man. You never have to worry about Paul. He's always charged up, ready to go. That's the other thing is he always looks good. I don't know. I guess how much time does it take to look that good, Paul?
Man, Howie asked me the same thing last week on the show, and I told him, and I'll tell you the same thing, man. I just wake up like this.
It's unbelievable.
That's complete horseshit. Because this is how you just wake up. It took me all of 2.5 minutes. However long it takes you to brush your teeth is how long it took me to get ready.
All right, Clint, we'll kick some ass in Las Vegas, dude. We're going to be watching.
Kyle, unfortunately, that ass that got to kick that big counterpart of yours sitting there. I don't know how it's going to happen. We're coming for you, Paul. We're coming for you, baby.
Take second, man. You're taking second. We'll take first.
It's now time for Kyle and Swan's viral videos of the week. Swan, you're up, Buttercup.
What we got, Paul?
Ugh.
Oh, no.
This is nasty, dude.
No.
That makes
She put the spoon in there 3 times before she.
Oh, that makes me want to throw up. She was digging deep to get the middle of it.
No.
That girl doesn't have tan lines. Am I watching the right part of the video?
Oh. And this is the never-ending debate that I always run into is, are you a Mayo guy or are you a ranch guy? And
Huge ranch guy, way more versatility.
100%. I could do that with ranch. I could take a bottle of ranch and just.
The difference between ranch and mayo is this, and I'll put it very simply. Ranch can make you friends. Mayo can lose you friends.
I like that. Absolutely.
Okay, so I got a video now as well, and it's equally as makes me want to throw up. But it's Tom Cruise doing more stunts, life-risking stunts, Evel Knievel-ish type-ish. Okay, flying off of a helicopter. There's a drone, there's a motorcycle, a helicopter, and a parachute.
How
and
old is Tom Cruise?
The guy's got to be 50 years old.
Got to be almost 60.
Believes he is literally invincible.
He does, man. He really does.
Not give a shit. He's like the honey badger, dude.
Look at him.
It's Vegas, baby. Colin, who you got?
Kyle Busch going back to his hometown in Las Vegas. What do you think Kyle Busch's chances are this week? Obviously, you've got your own chances to worry about and contend with. But a guy like Kyle Busch, can he rebound and come win this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, home field advantage. I think that goes a long way in any sport. And this is a track he knows and that he's won at. You know, after that P2 finish he just had in Bristol, I think he's hungry for more. And he's hungry to get his season on the track that he feels like it should be on. Last time we were at Vegas, Austin took top 5 there. We had a really good strategy at the end of that race, and Austin drove up through with old tires and really showed he can battle at this track. So, you know, I know you're pulling for your guy, but I'm definitely pulling for my guy.
Dude, I mean, I can root for Kyle Busch and still root like hell for Austin Dillon. I mean, that's the thing. I'm getting into NASCAR, and trust me, all my fans who are super NASCAR fans give me so much hell about the fact that I root for a few different guys.
Yeah.
I'm a NASCAR fan. I'm Rob Lowe at the Super Bowl in an NFL hat.
Yes,
that's what I am.
Love it. That's great.
I'm just here because I really enjoy watching it. The beer is cold. The commentators do a great job. And I think all the personalities across the board are awesome. And it gives somebody, whoever the hell you are, you have somebody you can root for in NASCAR because of all the different types of personalities.
Absolutely.
And I can't wait to see you in the fire suit and the 3-team vying for a championship and a lot of points come this Sunday.
Vegas, baby! Woo!
Have a great time, and make sure all of you tune in to the next episode, which will be episode 3 of the Kyle Long Show. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, share, tell your homies, and tune in next week.
That's our show. Make sure you follow us on YouTube and subscribe. Until then, later gator, after a while crocodile.
Woo! I never had an easy bake, but I always wanted one, baby.
Shut the hell up. We got to save this for when we record, bro. Well, I remember Play-Doh was a huge thing. You know, it tastes good.
Those are way better.
Off a bank. Stat. Clint,